Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing wonderful on this beautiful spring day. After my email and blog post I sent out yesterday, I wanted to record the second episode or second class in what I'm calling the Way of the Caretaker. And this is a free online class available on my YouTube channel. It's got its own special playlist. And it's just a bit of a taster of some more online programming that will be paid that I'm developing for next year. And, by paid, meaning the class will either be 3, 4, 6 months long. Cost will depend on that, of course, and also those classes will have a bit more production value in them. But yeah, so I wanted to give you a taster. So you guys have heard me spout endlessly about being a capital C caretaker, a person who leaves just goodness and sunshine in their wake. They have a heightened sense of awareness to know what to do when they go somewhere, what they need to do to make that area better than it was when they found it. Or if it's a person, have an interaction with that person so that person isn't, maybe isn't struggling as much with the problem they were dealing with. So lesson 2 is about caretaking ourselves or taking care of ourselves. I will admit that, and you guys have heard me say this, I am at one of the just lowest points in my life. My original business plan didn't happen as planned. I had to, on the fly, rebuild things. And I've gotten to a point where I've exhausted my Oregon unemployment fund. And yeah, and I just, it's been such a learning experience because the main problem, and this is part of being a caretaker, is thinking into the past. I wish that long ago I had studied more about business and how business works. I wish I had built my credit up so that I could have taken out a small business loan. It's often funny how we think about the choices we make, and at the time that choice might not have a significant effect, but you go into the future, a week, a month, a year, 10 years, 20 years, that one choice literally altered the course of your life. I'll admit that right now, I am, for the first time in my life, I'm truly afraid. You can send me back in there, give me a few things, or not. I would prefer to, have a knife and a hatchet and my machete, and a few other small items, but I also know how to make my own tools. So I could walk back into there and be fine. I could provide myself with food, clothing, and shelter, and clean drinking water. But out there in that world, hear the cars in the background, my skill set doesn't apply other than teaching it to other people. So, I've had to learn a lot. I tell my students, one of the biggest lessons of being a caretaker, I think, is always trying to learn as much as you can. When you wake up every morning and you make that choice to empty your cup and approach life as an empty vessel, you realize that everyone and everything you come into contact with has the ability to teach you something, and vice versa. But yeah, back to the internal, you know, I see so many things in the archaeological dig of my life I've been doing that have led me to this moment in space and time, to where, you know, I'm facing houselessness, and I look back at those choices that led me here, and I realize that the reason I made the choices I did were due to issues within myself that I had not dealt with or thought I had fully dealt with. You know, had I fully done the work, would I have made the same choice? Probably not. You know, probably not. But, you know, I'm trying to play the hand I've been dealt, or I dealt myself as best I can. I'm so thankful to the folks who you know, my brain trust, you know, Jim and Pac and Amanda and you know, a few other folks, and you know, just for volunteering their time to help me learn skills that I need to be a good business person. You know, so I'm super thankful for that. But yeah, you know, until we clear out our own internal garbage, you know, then will we really begin to see how we can have the most change on any given situation. Now, don't take what I'm saying as that you have to fully deal with all of your traumas from whenever before you can go out and start doing good in the world. No, that's absolutely the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that continue to go out and approach life with that caretaker spirit, but in your downtime, do that archaeological dig of your life, of the choices you've made, both good and bad. You know, learn from your mistakes. You know, don't repeat them. Yeah, there's a wealth of knowledge. And not only that, but it helps you to be a better caretaker because you'll have done the work on yourself, and it will make you that much more efficacious if you're working with somebody or you're working with a piece of land. Because remember, you know, life is life. To me, the life of the, you know, fir tree behind me, I think it's fir tree, okay, yeah, you know, is no more important to this world or less than my life. My life is no more or less important than the false Solomon seal plant growing right in front of me. You know, life is life. Just because I've got these and fancy tools, you know, doesn't make me king of the jungle. So these beings need caretaking too. And as you, the more you do it, the more you'll start to see, you know, how your changes affect the landscape. And I'm going to end it for now. There's some homework I want you to do for next time, before next session, is, you know, as I said, do that archaeological dig of yourself. Try to find anything that's holding you back, that's keeping you from reaching your ideal self, you know, and banish it. And you doing that work will help empower me to do the work, to clear out the last of the gremlins and gunk that are holding me back. Because I will be damned before I fail. You know, I know that I will, one day look back and laugh about the time when I thought the world was going to end because I, only had a couple bucks and no place to live. So, yeah, do the work. Even if you, think you had the most glorious upbringing of all, everybody's got traumas of one sort or another that are holding them back. And the best thing we can do to be the most effective caretakers as possible is to fix that stuff within ourselves so we can then help others fix it within themselves. Until next time, peace and love, and get outside and enjoy this weather. Peace.